All right, here
Are we
we
live?
are. We are live. I wonder who all is watching. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dating Greek.
This is crazy and like really exciting. I am like surprised this is actually happening finally.
It's been a long time coming, everybody. Who all is excited? We are live, everyone. I hope everyone's watching, enjoying. We are going to start our episode soon.
And make sure to be commenting in the chat. This is going to be really interactive, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Please comment on the side, everybody, for, stop sign. Stop sign's all about it. So, for those of you guys who have not seen the show before, aren't a fan yet, my name's Elizabeth,
And my name's Jackie.
and we are so excited to have you guys here at our show. We are in the beautiful space. It's called Dots in Culver City, Los Angeles. Tacky is now with me, although we are both from Columbus, Ohio, from the Midwest, born and raised. Tacky living in the South, and I'm living on the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm normally in Nashville, so it's been really awesome to get to be home in Columbus for a little, and then also, of course, be out here in LA with Elizabeth.
And we are so excited to share this with you guys. This is our second season. First season was Love is Quarantine Greek Style. If any of you guys watched that. And now we are at Dating Greek, and it is our fourth night, part two finale episode. So if you guys watched part one, that was last night.
Mm-hmm.
If not, totally catch up. It is worth the watch. That was our last night of dates with our amazing group of 16 Greek Americans.
Who are here tonight, virtually, we should say. But
Virtually.
we have gotten like to become so good friends with the cast, and it's just been really fun to go on this journey with them since it's obviously been several months since this whole journey began.
Yes, it has been a minute. And we're so happy that you guys are here with us to take in our final episode of season two. Um, Again, this is a special episode because we are, one, broadcasting in Los Angeles together, and two, of course, you get to finally meet the cast that you guys have watched go on these dates blindly. I'm not sure if everybody understands these dates are actually blind,
Can't
except
see
for
each
last
other
night.
at all.
We see them because they send us videos of themselves, but they cannot see each other. So for those of you who are confused by that, I don't know if you're out there, but it does appear like they can see each other. But of all the dates, only the last one could they see each other. Otherwise, it was only based on the content of the conversation.
And we're so excited to get started in just a couple minutes. Like we said, just if you have any questions or reactions to the episode, definitely just put them in the chat. We're excited to interact, and I know our cast is excited to answer any questions you guys have. So be sure to ask in the chat.
Yes, guys. So we're going to start in the next couple minutes in the beginning of our episode. And tonight, you will be able to watch it live with us, but it will not be available on Instagram. So if you have friends, family that want to be watching, make sure that they are watching now so they get to experience the episode with everyone because this is
all
a
the
big
tea.
night.
All the tea.
All
is
the
happening
tea is going to
tonight.
get spilled,
You guys
guys.
don't even know what's coming. It's kind of insane. Like we are so excited we can't even
We
contain
are
it.
shook up, guys. We're shook up about it. And we got some fun little prosecco to celebrate the night. If you can't tell, Kathy and I are together right
We are
now.
indeed sharing headphones. That's our pleasure.
I don't know if you can see me in there. But I hope you guys are having a great evening with or without alcohol. We're about to bring some teas. If you guys are fans of teas and wine, please hit up that comment box because that is literally my jam. Cheese, wine, jam. What else do we love in our charcuterie boards?
Um,
A good
honey,
rosemary fig cracker.
honey, I like to spice. I like to spice up. Marcona almonds.
Oh my gosh, Mark Leno. Who has had those?
Figs, your thing.
Figs are my thing. If you guys are interested in food, please hit me up. Again, me and Tax are very friendly people.
We answer all the
DMs.
You
We
guys
do
wanna
answer those
message us,
DMs.
we
Yeah.
will be there.
I even get Snapchats and Instagram. Yeah, we get everything, and we love it. We love interacting with all you guys. You guys are our friends, literally.
And tonight is all
fans and
about
friends.
tonight is all about shooting your shot. Like
Oh my gosh.
honestly, you just have to put yourself out
Guys,
there.
we have a story to share before tonight.
story
This is the
time.
pre-story. So pre-game to the event. Basically, Tacky and I just went to dinner real quick. We got tacos at a spot called
Naturally.
Loki. Look it up, Loki. Best flour tortillas, everyone agrees, in Los Angeles. You can ask anyone. On the way out, we saw these two guys. They looked like attractive brothers, and one was the more attractive brother. And Kathy saw him, and she's like, wow, that guy's cute. And I was like, is he
It's true.
Greek? We didn't know. Honestly, probably not. But Kathy decided to shoot her shot. Kathy, what did you do?
I was like, that guy's really cute. I'm going to write down my number and give it to him. And I did. And that happened. Guys, shoot your shot. You never know what will happen.
You really don't, guys. I mean, she might end up with and I think he probably wasn't Greek, but he definitely looked, he was a beautiful man.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's just your encouragement for today, to make it happen and to, take a chance for love. That's what all these people did on the show. We had 16 Greek Americans that ended up on our show. You've met them. You might be meeting them. You might be meeting them live tonight.
DM them, guys.
DM them. They've been getting DMs.
Yeah, they have been.
So basically, these guys all took a shot on blindly finding love. And out of, hundreds of people that applied to the show. And we hope there are more for season 3. So you guys are in for an exciting evening. This is our favorite part when we get to interact live with you guys, even though we are alone here, and just the two of us.
I know I keep saying this, but we want you to write all your reactions, all your tea, because in the class finale, we had some characters commenting such funny things, and it just makes for a really entertaining night. So definitely, like I said, get in the chat on YouTube. It's gonna be party.
It's a good time, guys. So for our fans that have been with us this whole time, thank you so much. We seriously appreciate you guys. For the new fans, watch our old shows, watch this show. I mean, honestly,
future shows.
Hopefully the quality is getting better in your opinion. Let us know if you can't hear us. Hopefully you can. But we're going to start the show up very soon. We are wanting everyone to be online that can to watch this episode together. We got 100 people right now. So thank you to our 101 Dating Greek fans all out there, all sides of the country. We are on the West Coast. A lot of you on the East Coast, we're going to start up here in 3 minutes? Should we start at 8:10?
We'll start,
8:10. So 3 minutes, we're going to start the actual episode. We've got an episode today, and then one of our favorite cast members, here she is, Steph. We love you. And yeah, once you're in the fam, you're in the fam. You're in the Dating Greek fam. So we've got 28 people now, because there's 16 and 12.
We've even heard of people from season 1 and season 2 sliding the DMs. So guys, this is real.
This isn't real. This is a new Bachelor, guys. A cooler version of the Bachelor. It's Greek people, right?
It's the Dating Greek Padeia. That's
us. The Dating Greek Padeia. That's us. And we'll probably get roasted by Tatula for mispronouncing that word.
That was not wrong.
I know it wasn't, but right, I think I'm a little insecure now about it, because I do not speak Greek fluently. I'm sorry, guys. I'm outing myself here. I've outed myself in other ways, and so I should probably out that too. So we are going to start, guys. 2 minutes, and we got 5 more viewers, so had to wait those extra couple minutes.
We're at 105 watching now. And probably a watch party is going on now too. If you're having a watch party,
cheers.
Let us know.
Cheers to you all.
Watch party
cheers
people.
to you all. Look at those bubbles. Who sees those bubbles? Got some bubbly.
That's amazing.
Comment wine or bubbly. Or beer. But if you like beer, I don't know if you deserve a comment.
We know what you like. Comment it up in the chat.
I know, Devin's trying to FaceTime us right now.
Of course.
Okay. So, Fran.
You,
Fran is here. She's here for it. If you're here for it, please leave us a comment. Interact with us. We are here for you guys.
The Padeia is here for it. Yay.
Padeia is here for it. Guys, we got a minute left till we're about to start.
I can't believe it, Elizabeth. We have spent hours. I mean, when we say hours, times that by 100. And we're just so proud of the product, and we're really excited for you guys to see it, just because we spent a lot of time on it, and we really love the cast. Everyone has been so fun to be friends with, so we appreciate you guys.
It's an ongoing thing.
Like the show.
We really are. Friends having a watch party. We really are so thankful for you fans, and also please interact with us, because honestly, Kaki and I did this to build more Greek community. We were home alone. Well, alone is in 8 people, because that's Greek for you, right? We were home alone with our 4 other siblings' parents, and we were like, let's figure out a way to connect people during a global pandemic. Kind of our tagline. And so we did that through dating Love is Quarantine Greek Style, and then Dating Greek. So we are so pumped that this family has grown to now there's 2,100 people following us on Instagram, and obviously over 100 people now are watching the show live with us. So, spread it to your friends and family. People of all generations say that they like the show. We have been asked to do a version in Canada. We've asked to do a middle-aged version.
We know the college kids want it. We know the college age want a dating Greek college, but we are so open, and we also appreciate all the non-Greeks who watch and support this. I feel like at the end of the day, the message is pretty much just wholesome, and we want to connect people with similar values.
So without further ado, should we get started?
I think we should get started.
All right, guys.
Ready?
Opa, let's go.
Welcome back to Dating Greek. I'm Kaki.
And I'm Elizabeth, and we are two single Greek sisters who are so excited to have you at our live finale event.
We brought together 16 Greek Americans to find love sight unseen.
Did it work?
We're gonna find out.
Tonight, you'll find out who our cast chose after their final dates.
And more importantly, are they still talking?
Or dating.
Or nothing at all?
Friends, lovers, or nothing.
There can only be one.
We have our cast here to spill all the tea.
So let's get started.
I went out with Antigone and Nikki. I feel like I want to throw up after a reaction video and having to pick because they were both so amazing, and I just felt my heart sink.
I feel like the past few days I've been like picturing someone in my head, and it was different from what I was expecting, but like not necessarily in like a bad way. Like I definitely would like to continue getting to know him and like seeing where it goes.
I think from the jump from the last couple nights, my connection with Francesca has just been stronger. Like Antigone and I had a good conversation, and we're both from the same city. There's that, but I think like if we're talking like pure connection, like I just think it felt stronger with Francesca. So that's kind of where I went.
So I had my date with Francesca, and I had a feeling that she probably had a date with Nick beforehand. But it went really well, I think. It's really hard to tell because it's all via video chat, and there are awkward pauses because the questions are tough. And I had a feeling she told me she was answering these questions like a second time. So I feel like answering these questions for the first time versus answering these questions again for a second round is a difficult thing.
Mm-hmm. I live in New York, he's in Atlanta. The way that we have to all look at this is like, even if things just end up and we're all friends, that's okay too. There's no pressure.
Okay, I will say I was not expecting the beard at all. I was so thrown. I was
not picturing that either. And I think that's what really because I don't really I like more I don't know. I feel like I feel like we have to give the guys some leeway here because everyone it's quarantine.
Okay, but he was also wearing a full suit.
Stop! He dressed up.
So cute. It's so
That's
cute.
amazing.
So cute.
After shooting wrapped in early June, we stayed close with our cast members.
We soon found out who kept going on dates.
Even without us planning them.
And who fizzled.
Then 1 month later, we got video updates from each of our cast members.
And then 2 months later, we checked in via Zoom.
Basically, we followed their journey, and we could not be more excited for the big reveal where you get to find out what really went down with your favorite couples.
I can't wait.
Why don't we start with the couple that always kept us smiling
and laughing,
who seemed to have everything in common,
who gave each other gold stars and daydreamed about coffee.
Paul and Julia.
You're always the last one for me.
Yeah.
And then
last but not least.
Second time.
Last but not least.
We're the last ones.
It's always positive.
Kind of Nespresso.
Yes.
What is?
Always I feel like talking to you is positive. Whatever it is, coffee or just getting to know you,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, God.
I love that you laugh at everything I say. That makes me feel so good at you.
Well, you're funny, so I can't help but laugh. Wrote down OT with a star, so I don't.
Why?
I don't know.
You have a star in my paper too, so.
Oh.
We both have stars.
Oh, we're just both great, big, shining stars.
It always finishes strong with you, Paul.
I agree. Right back at you.
The mom of the group, that's usually me.
I used to be the dad of my college group.
Sometimes I just feel like I'm an oldie, trapped in the body of a young person.
Literally same until Friday night hits. Then I'm all right, I'm 21 again.
I'm back. Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page with
I'm
that.
glad we're on the same page about a lot of things. This is great news.
I know. It's refreshing.
It is refreshing. I feel like sometimes it's really hard to connect with people.
I definitely can agree with that.
I always enjoy talking to you, Paul.
I agree.
I feel like it can't get any better than this. I'm like a little sad now that I don't have like this to look forward to at the end.
Oh man, don't. Oh, you're making me blush. Very genuine, high spirits, ambitious, and family oriented. I don't know. I normally wear glasses every day, so I felt better to be like my natural everyday look.
I felt that way too. They like my hair's normally crazy every day, and like this is just how it looks. And I was like, this is it. Like
it looks professionally done.
No, no.
Those look like professional curls.
This is it, yeah.
I think that I have made the best connection with Julia.
I would choose Paul. He really came out of the bottom for me. I'm sorry, Paul. And it was funny because off the bat, he was not in my top 3. But he really came through on the second day as someone that stood out to me. My favorites slowly shifted in his favor, and he was my number 1 last night, and he is still my number 1 today. He was the only person I wanted to talk to.
I think from the very beginning, me and her just clicked, and I look forward to getting to know her more. I hope the feeling's mutual.
And I am really interested in continuing to get to know him. I like everything about him, and I feel like there's a lot more that there is to know about him, and I would definitely like the opportunity to learn more about him. So, yes.
Hi everyone. So, status update since the show has ended. Paul and I are still talking.
Julia and I have been talking pretty much every day since Dating Greeks has ended.
We normally talk to each other every day, and we FaceTime, which is fun since now we can see each other.
I'm really enjoying getting to know her more, and I'm really excited to see what the next few weeks bring and maybe get a chance to meet her. As soon as we had the final Zoom meeting, I texted Julia immediately and was like, oh, we should chat. Like, let's chat tomorrow. Let's FaceTime off camera or something like that.
I think you also said to, you're like, I don't want to wait until like they tell us like who like chose who, like you were my like number, like you were like my like choice or like something like that. It was cute.
I think for me, it was just like, our conversations just always flowed so well. Like, I felt like I didn't have to like think of things to say. There was just always something to say. It was just boom.
I'm looking at the clock and then I'll look at it again, and it feels like 5 minutes passed, but like a couple hours have passed. Paul's just so fun. I feel like I always had like a fun time talking to him, and I was just enjoying myself and laughing. And that really translated over also into like in-person stuff too.
Hey guys, it's Paul.
Me and Julia, we are out here in wine country on our social distant date number 2 meetup. I like the view.
You're my best view. It's a video.
Oh no!
It was basically like our 60th date anyway, because like we FaceTime a lot, but it was just different because it was like in person. We were actually like doing an activity together. But other than that, like that was the only thing that had really changed. I didn't really think that the dynamic really changed. We already kind of had a month-long foundation a little bit before. I thought it would be fun, but I like kind of really went in with no expectations. But then it also matched up when I got to see his face, like physically, like the biggest smile, which is so nice. And I think like those two complement each other really well.
I was like really excited. I don't know.
I was a little nervous. I think driving there, and then once we got there, it literally felt like nothing had changed.
Like, she's really cool on FaceTime. Can't wait to see how she portrays herself in real life and how she acts, and it all matched up. So it was really exciting. Look at all those chickens.
The fact that Paul and Julia's first in-person date was a 12-mile hike, now that is commitment. And they met in the middle of where they both live. giving me some real strong Jim Pam vibes.
I ship it.
Just got done with.
Okay, they're in. They're in. Oh, wait. I gotta join you in too.
What'd you guys think?
No, you're not in it. Stop.
No, we are live.
Are we live?
We're live.
We're live.
You're back.
We've got some people joining us.
So,
what did you guys think?
Hello.
Oh, look who it is. Oh my gosh, guys. Hello.
Are they in?
Hello.
They're in. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to the live. You are live. There's a little lag. There's like a 30-second lag. We are. Oh, there's the boxes. Here we are. The 30-second delay.
Julia, what did you guys think?
I thought that was great.
Yeah, how was it watching it back, guys?
It's weird because I feel like that much time didn't pass.
Julia, we can't really hear you.
Julia, turn your audio a little bit. Paul, how did you feel watching that back? What are the thoughts going through your head?
I felt like it was just yesterday, honestly. I can't believe it's been so long since all of that has happened.
I know. It's been it's been 3 months now, which is crazy. It literally, I think, is exactly 3 months, almost, a little bit over. So I want to ask you guys, so watching this, we obviously don't see, me and Khaki see a lot, but we don't see everything either. Well, we can, but the audience definitely doesn't see everything that you guys talked about, the full dates, all of that. So what was one of your favorite kind of conversations, whether or not the audience saw it? What was one of your favorite moments that you guys had during the show?
I think the most fun one was when we both realized we loved espresso, and she actually mentioned that her favorite espresso maker was an espresso, and that was the exact one I was looking at earlier that day. It's kind of it's almost like deja vu, kind of.
I love that. Julia, do you have any?
Can you hear me now?
Oh no, Julia, we can't hear you. Julia, your audio.
Wait, hold on.
Maybe.
The worst. Okay, hold on.
Oh, we hear you now.
Oh, you hear me now? Okay, cool. Great. I think that the last night was honestly one of the best nights because I really felt like I had enough time to get to know him and talk to him, and we really covered a lot of ground. And I just really enjoyed hearing his answers to stuff, and I think that made it was a perfect combination of seeing how he looked, but also I felt like I kind of knew what was going on in his head, if that makes sense too, and that just made it even better.
Definitely.
It was so fun to watch. It was so cool to see your relationship really build. And I think was it day 3 that you guys found that you agree on actually everything?
I think so.
Yep.
I think one of my favorite moments was when you guys said that you were the mom of the group, and then Paul said that he was the dad of the group. And I was like, that's just too perfect. I loved that so much.
I feel like it was every day that you guys connected. It was bizarre, honestly. I feel like it was you would say something and then he would say something and be like, oh yeah, me too. So it was supposed to be things like the Cardinals and the articles, and the audience doesn't even know about that. So tell them what I'm talking about.
About the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Oh, so both of our grandparents, and his Yaya, and then my Italian grandparents, both of them, they both are all really into Cardinals. And so we talked about that, I think, on our third date. Because I was saying that I had like texted my grandmother like that day that I had seen a cardinal outside my window, and every time I see them, I think of her. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, like my Aya loves cardinals too." And like we just kept seeing cardinals. I saw one like later that night after like date night 3 had finished, which was funny, and like just kept seeing cardinals. So would like text each other and be like, "Oh, saw a cardinal today," but they just appear.
I want to hear more about that moment that you mentioned, Julia, when you said that like after the kind of finale night, Paul just texted you, or he told you, and he's like, "I don't care what the results are. Like I'm texting you. I want to anyways." Like, how did that go?
I think it was more that he just wanted to be like, "Hey, like I know the show's over, but I don't want to wait for like Khaki and Elizabeth to like say who his mutual matches were." I think that's more like what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And how did the relationship go following that? Like starting from like night post dating group to being like talking every day and doing all that.
I think it had a pretty natural progression.
And then meeting in person, that would took like what, like a month? Was it a month? How many weeks after the show did you guys finally end up meeting in person on that hike?
It's probably like a month.
Right? I think so.
Like, were you guys nervous?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was until I saw her. Then I was like, it's just like we're FaceTiming, but there's no screen.
Well, we got some questions from the Instagram. One of them being, not including yours, who is your favorite couple?
Wait, but is that gonna take a little?
Well, just from watching the show so far.
Watching the show, yeah. Up to now, not knowing what you know or not knowing what you know.
I really liked everyone, honestly. I felt like everyone had such unique personalities, and like everyone was a character in their own way. So I don't even know if I feel like I liked individual people and like just collectively as a group. I don't know if I could think of like a, without giving anything away.
Right, I know.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know, but yeah, when you know, you know, and everybody in the audience is going to soon know too. It will be. So was it hard to keep like it a secret from people, whether like on social media or friends or family? Like, did everybody know about you guys while watching this? Did people like reach out and like guess?
Yep. Every episode, somebody guessed.
A lot of my like friends knew, just because they were around me, like when we were filming it back in June. So, but I think who didn't, like my just like family and friends, I think like knew, but I don't think like the greater public knew.
Well, now it's public. Now here you guys are, couple, the sweetest gold star, coffee loving, everything in common, mom and dad couple that turns into 21-year-olds on the weekend.
That's right.
Love to see. Also, the last video about Paul talking about chicken, I think I really liked that. I don't really know what it was, but I was like, we have to keep that.
It was a Vine reference.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I feel like Khaki would be more likely to know that.
Well, I liked the one where you guys did I Like the View. Like that.
I didn't know it was a reference. Khaki had to tell me.
I was like, Elizabeth, but that's like from the TV show, TikTok, whatever.
Our plan was to like do a bunch of Vines and like TikTok references, but we honestly just like ran out of time.
Oh. So you guys have met up twice now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if anyone in the chat has any questions, one more question from Instagram is, are you guys officially dating?
We are not yet.
But you have seen each other multiple times. And you're talking.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And that is the tea. So I think it's interesting to start a relationship this way. Do you guys feel like you would have done anything differently going into the show, looking back?
I think everything happens for a reason, so I would have done the same exact thing because the end result would have ended up being the same, and I'm happy with the end result.
I don't think I would have done anything differently. I think this was such a good setup because I really got to focus on getting to know the person and not having all the external factors play in. And it was just even more lucky when the person that I matched with, like, I thought was cute and like we just really emotionally connected. I think that just really was just the full package right there.
Definitely.
That's awesome. We're so happy for you guys.
We love you guys.
Thank
all
you.
right, well, thank you guys for joining us. We had so much fun. We're going to keep the episode going. Thank you guys for being here. Our first cast members live on Dating Greek season 2 finale. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
My date with Dimitri, he is just so kind-hearted and very mature. One of my biggest things is I enjoy dating older guys because I feel like that their maturity is a little bit closer to mine, but he is younger than me, and he's actually the first guy that's younger than me that I have felt more of like an emotional connection with, so that was pretty surprising for me. I think he's so handsome, and I'm just gonna say that. But when we did the 4 minutes of staring at each other, I did notice a lot of like eye movement, so I'm just unsure of, you know, if he sees me as just a friend or something more than that. I know that he did have another date tonight, so I have the question of just yes or no to Dimitri, and he's got the question of Nikki or whoever else his date was with. And I know last night Antigone said that Dimitri was her favorite, so I don't know if she was his date tonight, but I definitely do feel like they probably connected on a deeper level. If I have to choose right now, yes, I would love to continue talking to him and getting to know him better. I really just think he's such a kind-hearted person, and you know, in today's day and age, it's hard to find a guy like that. What I've concluded is that I feel like I have more like in common with Dimitri, and I think our interests are like his interests are like a really big like thing for me. Like I can hear you, ladies. We both like art. We both like learning like different languages. So there's that. But then honestly, I kind of feel like there's something about Nick's personality that resonates more with me. And I think maybe it's like he's a little bit more like reckless, which is, and he's like, oh, yeah, I like make bad decisions sometimes. You know, you just got to do it and like learn and like honestly, same. And I feel like Dimitri's very pure, which I don't know. I'm not. So I don't know, man. I guess I would choose.
Cheers.
FaceTime a couple times. I guess I choose Dimitri. I didn't say it in a very nice way. I don't know, I'm conflicted, but I really like Dimitri.
With Antigone and Nikki, it was very interesting getting to see them in person and really interact, thinking in terms of how the night went. There were so many things I liked about both of them. Nikki has such a sweet, compassionate sincerity to her. She is somebody definitely who has been shaped by life experience. And Antigone is similar in a lot of those ways, But I also see Antigone as someone who's very, very bubbly and loves to just hit the ground running with the chatter, likes to be very experimental in her interests and the things she tries, whereas Nikki is definitely somebody who, knows what she likes and likes to embrace that, whereas Antigone is always looking for something different. But, because we have to take this next step, I would say, Nikki, I see you as like a sisterly figure to me, someone in which we, share so many so many qualities of memories and experiences. And I feel like we could learn so much from each other. But as far as, the next step in a dating context, Antigone, I would love to know what it's like to get to go out with you. So there's my verdict. You guys have it.
Quick update on where we're at. Let's see. Dimitri and I have been talking periodically, sporadically. I don't know, we've FaceTimed a couple times. We've been texting, here and there. Yeah, I would say it's, going fine. Every time we've talked, it's been really good. That, I, get off the phone with him and I'm like, oh, that was fun. It's been hard to get to know someone, when you can't meet up with them in person. Because I feel like so much of a relationship is, whether it's, a friend or a more than friend, is, based on, how you vibe. So it's been kind of hard in that sense, but I definitely, we'll see where it goes the next few weeks, I guess. If he's ever in New York, and if I'm ever in Miami, which I go to Miami, sounds nice. I mean, not right now. Yeah, but, that's my update.
Hey guys, this is Nikki coming to you from Miami Beach with my 2-month update for Dating Greek. Still talking to Antigone, conversations there. It's amazing. I think more than anything, again, we're just so thankful to have fostered such a great friendship. We FaceTime, we text, chat all the time. Pretty ironic that after being in New York for 4 years, I never met Antigone while I was there. Miss New York every day. Can't wait to go back and look forward to, getting together with her and, having some fun times together when I'm up there to visit.
So I just had my final date with Francesca. I think it went well. I could tell we were both nervous, and I think I hit it more so, but for Francesca, I don't think she could hide it very well. No offense.
That was very forced, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's a great guy. I just don't see him in that way.
But we'll see. I know she has to make a choice between me and someone else. So this is going to be difficult for her, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she's head over heels for the other guy.
Yeah, I think that we're not as compatible. I feel bad. I don't want to lead anyone on. I just don't see this going in a romantic direction.
I think the one thing that we have different views on when it comes to life is death. And I should have said more about the hope in the resurrection and how we shouldn't fear death because we have hope in the resurrection.
He's very into his faith, which I'm not saying that I'm not, but I'm sorry. But yeah, it was, and the eye contact was not, wasn't really feeling it. He's such a sweet and thoughtful guy, and he's smart, but that's just how I feel.
But I think it went well, and we'll see what happens. I would say yes to choosing Francesca, though, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what she chooses.
My name is Dimitri Florakis. It's about 3 to 4 weeks after the show has ended. Things are going pretty well. I'm, not just talking to Franny, but I'm talking to some other girls, too. I'm planning to meet up with Franny in about 2 weeks when I'm in New York, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, yes, Aspedia.
Quarantine has really taught me that life is short, and
you got to take chances and you shouldn't let life just pass you by. Hopefully meet someone really cool out of this that I could bring home to my giga.
Who doesn't want to marry a beautiful Greek woman?
So if it was like a summer day, I am a big brunch person.
Pool involves champagne. That's a requirement in my life, is there has to be champagne at the pool.
I love that. I feel like I could have continued talking to him for like the rest of the time.
Great girl, fun conversation, didn't want the conversation to end.
I absolutely loved talking to him.
I don't know, if things keep going this direction, making a decision is going to be difficult.
That's honestly the only con I really had about him. Like, I wish I could talk to him more. I went to Australia last year. I have family there. It's my favorite place I think I've ever been. So
you
bad,
don't
especially.
understand how much that resonates, because I have debated just like quitting my job and like moving out there and being like a snowboard instructor in like either New Zealand or Australia, and like so many times.
Let's just like leave and go to Australia and just.
You can basically count me in on that.
I feel like he's like down for anything. He's like easygoing in the same way that I am. You know, we're just gonna like run away to Australia. That's honestly the only viable option. I really want to talk to you again. Like, I feel like I could talk to you more.
Yes, I definitely want to talk to you again, 100%. Definitely not mad it ran long. I couldn't help myself. I was having too much fun enjoying that conversation with her.
I'm on these other dates and like I still can't get our conversation like out of my head. I hope I can talk to him again tomorrow. I really hope I could talk to him again tomorrow. Like really hope.
Tonight, like my conversation with Francesco was like really good and just kept going.
Yeah, I was very excited to see my date card today. I'm talking to Nick again. Yay! Like, I'm so happy that I'm talking to you again.
Me too. Normally I've been like texting everybody before I call, but I was like, I wanted to get in a little early. So
I'm like so happy you did. He literally called me like 2 minutes early because he like said he couldn't help himself. That was amazing. Definitely getting really smitten with him. Like, yeah. And it's crazy because I've never met the guy. Oh my God, there's still stuff I haven't asked him yet. Okay. Yeah, so I'm happy that we're both on the same page.
We definitely are like, I think each other's number ones. I think that's just pretty apparent on both sides.
I know how everyone in love is blind. I know what they were all going through now.
Yeah, I mean, I just cannot wait to talk to her again.
I definitely like, I think I know.
Like Francesca's usually like leader in the clubhouse because like we're actually having real conversations.
It's Nick. Yeah.
Okay, this is real. Like we're talking about real stuff. Final date with Francesca went great. I'm glad I finally got to see her in person.
I'm pretty certain. No, I'm not. I'm 100% certain I'm choosing him. Honestly, I don't really know like where I see this going. I'm just down to like get to know each other.
I mean, there's not. I don't really need to say much.
Yeah, no, Nick won. He won my dating Greek world. I kind of wanted to just come on here and give you guys an update and how things are going with Nick. Just to refresh everyone's memory here, I ended up choosing Nick in the end of dating Greek, and he chose me. So adorable.
So it's been 2 weeks now, and things are good. I mean, me and Francesca are still talking pretty much every day.
We're on day 10 of our snap streak.
You know, we're trying to see if we can go somewhere at some point, hopefully sometime this summer.
Can't like virtually date someone like forever. And we both kind of want to see if our connection in person is as great as our connection virtually.
So it's been about 2 months since we started doing Dating Greek. And I mean, I gotta say I've been really happy with the results.
Things are going really well. We are still talking. We talk every day. We have a snap streak that's going on over 60 days now. And yeah, we won't break it. Yeah, no, I am really catching feelings for him. Like, I really do like him a lot. And I know he feels the same way.
We're still trying to figure out how to get over the big hurdle of meeting up. We're hopeful we can do something in the near future, but with, you know, me being in Georgia and having very strict guidelines, if I go to New York, it's something, or, you know, if she comes to me, it's something that we got to figure out.
I feel like I've known him for way longer than 2 months, like virtually. Like, I think when we do meet, it's going to be pretty easy. And yeah, now I'm excited to like finally get to that point with him where he's like more than just like an internet guy. That's really where we're at. You know, we're still very much an item.
Obviously, after that first date, like the Zoom date, we were like, okay, we want to like FaceTime. Like, we want to keep talking. So we were like, okay, like let's FaceTime tomorrow. And then it just kind of kept going from there.
Yeah, it was kind of like a gradual progression. Like, I think we started off kind of slow with it. We've definitely progressed even like without even like meeting each other. When I was like going through the process, and I think like I had this moment kind of the day that we actually saw each other, like I kind of, not that I didn't take it seriously, but I was just kind of like having fun with it. But like I knew that I really liked him throughout it all. But then I really did like him. And when we did meet, I did have a moment where I was kind of like, oh, wow, like he's actually like a real person. Like, you know, if I were to go through with this, like it would entail having to maintain like essentially a long distance relationship.
I mean, I think it was really like that second night where our conversations kind of got to a much deeper point, and it like was deeper than any of the other conversations I was having with any of the other girls. That kind of, I think, was really where like, okay, this is different.
I think what stood out to me about him is that like we had a lot in common. Honestly, like I kind of felt like he's like me, but like in male form. So that was really something that really stood out to me right away. Like I knew from night one, like he was definitely like high up on, I think if he was not number 2, he's definitely number 1. I mean, no shade to any of the other guys. They're all great. But I just like didn't have that like same feeling, that like warm fuzzy feeling that I felt like after like my conversations with Nick.
It was our second date that we started our Australia talk about just saying screw all this and running off to Australia together. So I think that was really when I was like, okay, I need to continue this conversation with this girl. We're hopeful that we can finally get together and actually meet each other in person soon. You kind of have the couples that have a more interesting storyline, and then you kind of have the one that's just kind of just there chilling on the beach. So we like to think that that's us.
Like we waited as long as we have, you know, we've really built a strong connection. Like I feel like I know him way longer than 2 months. That like I feel like when we do finally meet each other, it's going to be very special.
The anticipation is going to make it that much more worth it.
Like I did want to really make sure that this was something I really wanted to pursue. You know, the fact that we have such a strong connection without meeting in person like says a lot.
Hi. We fooled you. You thought we had no plans, but we did.
But we did. All right. Hey, Dating Greek. It's Nick and Francesca live from DC. How many days after Dating Greek? What, 60 something?
Wait, I can check our snaps.
Yeah. It's been what, 67, almost 70 days?
Almost 70 days.
And yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Well, we're official.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll see where things go from here. But you know,
yeah,
we're excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Academy for this one.
For this one or that?
Yeah. Basically, but yeah, that's basically it. We're happy.
So Nick and Francesca actually fooled us. They told us they weren't meeting up, then secretly proceeded to rendezvous in DC.
It was super sketch, and whenever we would ask them for a couple update, they would just say it would be worth the wait.
But for them, after talking for 2.5 months, finally meeting was worth the wait. They're officially a couple. But don't forget our only rule.
You have to invite us to the wedding.
And for you two, we will be giving a toast.
Champagne, I presume?
All right.
Okay, we're back.
What are you guys thinking? Oh my god.
Technology, right guys? Cheers to technology. Hey, never done this before. But I think it's going well so far.
What are you guys thinking? We can't believe this, and it's honestly so fun to watch, and we are so excited for the rest of the episode.
And I know you guys want to hear from a certain couple that we just saw. Their adorable story. So we are going to bring them out now. Get ready for a few extra friends on the line. Let's get them up here. Get them
Welcome,
involved.
Nick.
Oh, you're not even in.
Hello?
Okay, we're in.
Nick? How
Nick
are you?
is here. Hello, Nick. And Fran is about to join. Here we go. We gotcha. We gotcha, guys. Virtual friends. Here we go. Cheers to that. We had champagne just for you guys. Cheers to you. What are we drinking, guys? What are we drinking? You don't say. Are you making some travel plans for you and Fran's escape?
It's only a matter of time, though.
Next steps. So I have a good question, because I know you guys particularly were secretive, especially you, Nick. How hard was keeping this secret from your family and friends?
To kind of keep.
Sorry, Nick, I think you might have been muted. Can you start that one more time? So, how was it keeping that secret from your family and friends? Give out some shout outs. You want to shout out? It wasn't.
Okay, well, technical difficulties. All right, well, I gotta first, shout out my buddies James and Luke, who I know are watching, my buddy Weston, who might be watching, all my fraternity brothers, ODH boys, and as well as my mom, my yaya, my Theos and Theas that are all hopefully tuning in either now or at some point. So yeah, I mean, I live by myself, so for me, it's a lot easier to have conversations, have FaceTimes, and not really tell anybody. As we were getting closer to our trip and we actually had stuff planned, I, didn't mention anything to anybody. And I didn't mention anything to my mother until the week before the first episode started airing. And then I told her that we were going to go to DC because we were going to go to DC the following weekend. So she knew at least that there was someone who I was meeting, but she had no idea who it was. I wanted to play up the drama for everybody that was watching at home. So I did let her name slip once to my buddy James, so he knew. But my buddy Weston, we were at the Greek restaurant this past weekend, and he was trying to pull it out of me, and I wouldn't tell him because he wasn't sure. And now he's going to have to wait. Apparently he's saying he's going to wait until she comes and visits in October, and we all go to dinner together. That's what he's telling me. We're not going to let that happen, so.
Yeah, for me, it was
honestly give you all the props, Nick. Like, I tell my parents when I have a date with someone. Like, I literally don't have the secret, like, bone in my body. I can't. Like, Franny, I know you live at home and, like, you were able to, you couldn't help but tell people. What should have been me immediately?
Yeah, my family knew from the beginning. First of all, like, they're very involved in my life, so if I'm, like, FaceTiming Nick for, like, a few hours, it's like, they know I'm, like, gone. So there was, like, a lot of questions, so, like, I knew they had to be in the loop. And especially when we had, like, our trip plan and everything, like, Carrot especially Greek parents, gonna send their daughter off to meet a guy that they've never met if they don't like have an idea of like at least his name and like a little bit about him.
Definitely.
You never know these days who's a serial killer.
We tried to vet the applications as much as we could, but I guess
Criminal
we
records.
don't really know. Tell us about it. How was meeting up in DC for the first time after 2 months?
You want to go first?
Go ahead, babe.
I actually had some drama with my travel that day. I flew out of LaGuardia, and I get on the plane. I flew Delta, and they go, "Oh, we don't think this plane is gonna be able to take off." There was something wrong with it. They had to call maintenance, and they had to replace the part on the plane. And I called the flight attendant over, and I was like, "Wait, so is there a chance that this plane's not gonna take off?" And they were like, yeah, we don't really know. And I was like, so there's a chance I might be stuck here. And she's like, yeah, there is that chance. And I was like, well, I need to get to DC, so is there another flight you can put me on? So then luckily there was another plane available, so we all got on the plane, and I only got to DC a half hour later than I was supposed to, because luckily the flight to DC from New York is really short, 35 minutes.
How did you guys decide on DC as your spot to rendezvous?
Travel laws. we basically were like, okay, where can I go that I can go for a few days and not have to quarantine there? Where can she go so that she doesn't have to quarantine when she goes back home? Though she did. That was kind of, and then also where's really halfway in the middle for us. And I mean, there's a couple different spots on the East Coast that we could have picked, Charlotte or DC are really kind of the two, and it's really okay which one is closer. And so again, we just decided that DC was going to be our option.
Yeah, it was fun.
And did you guys become official on the DC trip? Was that kind of the thing? It's if it works out in person, then let's keep this, make it happen.
Yeah, basically. I knew I didn't want to leave there without a clear idea of what we were. I feel long distance is very different from if you're just seeing someone that lives close by you. You could get away with, holding out a little longer before defining something. But I was all right, if I'm gonna invest more time into this, I want to know where it's going.
So
yeah.
Brian, since you said, sorry, Nick, keep going.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think during all of our phone conversations, we basically were we kind of were in that mindset of we knew that we kind of wanted to keep moving things along, but we were we need to be in person at some point and actually make sure everything clicks properly, because you can't just say that without knowing, okay, hey, we're actually together.
So we're gonna go back to the Instagram questions. What was your favorite part of the experience?
You want to go first, or?
I can go first, I guess. I think it was, I mean, especially, I know I touched on this on our Zoom call afterwards. I think, with all of dating apps and everything being so visual, being able to meet someone and talk to people on a fully personality level without actually getting to see them gives you a real chance to be truly honest about your intentions and just be your true honest self, because you're not really worrying about what you're looking like except for your camera. But if you notice in all my videos, I'm very relaxed on my couch and everything. I just made sure to dress up for all the dates. So I think that was why it was beneficial, is because you didn't have any expectations. I was hey, I'm just going to be as honest. There's no reason to why would I say anything that's not the truth? So
right. Yeah, it was very this is all very unexpected, honestly. It definitely turned around this year. I did this because I literally had nothing better to do. I was let go from my job in April, and I kind of was in a quarter life crisis after that happened. So doing this kind of it was something fun to do, that whole week that we were doing it and everything. And I definitely did not expect to end up in a relationship out of it. That was like the last thing that I thought would come out of it. And I was actually pretty cynical about dating before this.
And that's so
because of
surprising, honestly, Fran. Like, your reactions were so purely like joyful, excited. Like, watching those made me be like, I want someone that makes me this excited for a phone call. Like, low key, when he called you like 5 minutes early, it was like someone gave you a Ferrari for Christmas. You're like, called me 5 minutes early, like my day was made. I was like, dang, what happened in those 5 minutes? Like, come on. I was in it. I was shipping hard. I was like, these guys, they gotta meet. And you played us pretty well. And me and Kagger were like, why were they trying to hide it from us? But we had that Zoom update call, and you guys were like, oh, we're not meeting. Like, we don't really know when it's gonna happen. And then all along, you had these plans to go to DC. And then you sent us this video.
I mean, I even mentioned DC. I even mentioned DC during the call. Like, I was like, yeah, like I can just pick up and go to DC because I live by myself, and like I just pick. So I definitely covered it, but.
This is an Easter egg man. You're a man of many Easter eggs.
Yeah,
share the other Easter eggs, Nick. Share with the audience we got right now.
Well,
what
yeah.
other
So,
Easter eggs you
well, and then so she gave me the iHeart New York shot glass that I used in the TikTok that we filmed of like the changing TikTok. So that was another little nod to her. I don't know if there were any other nuggets that we strang along.
The Instagram post.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah, the one. Well, but that was me. That was just of me in DC. She didn't post anything as well. Yeah, that is true. I did have that caption. I forgot about that. So yeah, I mean, I definitely was trying to play into the content and tease everybody. I know like a lot of my friends are giving me a hard time about like not saying anything, and I know a lot of my friends, like my fraternity brothers, all shipped me and Franny hard that very first night when I know they were all watching. And I think the other thing is that just with like everything like, having someone who like loves like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, like I wanted to have as much fun with it as I could, especially with my own family, like my mom stuff.
Major props to that.
We love your dedication and how much you guys, I don't know, you're just fun to watch on the show, fun to become friends with, and obviously the results worked out for you guys.
Can't wait for the next secret meeting. Are there any planned? Any meetings plans yet?
I'm trying to go to Atlanta sometime in October. See him because gonna be a little bit before he'll be able to come to New York. We kind of want to see where like if quarantine will get.
I'm excited for that. I want more update videos.
My family is like in the middle of like move. So yeah, and I'm my life. So once I have some stuff figured out, then I'm gonna like book my flight to Atlanta, and I'm excited. We're excited because I miss him.
We're excited for you guys. Anything else? I feel like we just love watching you, and I hope we can still watch you through social media.
I know. I can't wait for you guys to start posting
pictures. And if you want to send us a couple updates, we will not say no. And also wedding invitations, we will make that toast. I already got it planned. You know it. Thank you guys for being part of this. Love you guys. Anything else? Any final words to the fans, shippers?
No, I think that's basically it. Thank you guys.
We love you guys. All right.
Thank you.
Let the show continue. And we understand how to use us now.
Yay!
So we will mute ourselves.
That's why we're glad we went second. So.
All right. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Welcome back to Dating Green.
Cap with
2, we will be giving a toast.
Champagne, I presume?
Alright, so that's finally a wrap. I have to say I am both physically and mentally drained. It almost feels like I played in a full lacrosse game. But overall, I'm definitely glad I did this.
So I just had date number 4 with Peter, and he's such a sweetheart.
You know, I want to thank Ari for talking to me in the finale. She clearly enjoyed our conversations as much as I did.
And I always enjoy our conversations, and meeting him was like, I knew he had curly hair, I just knew, but it was like really fun to see him and just talk, and like I feel like we were laughing a lot.
I always said I wanted to meet more Greek people. That was one of my goals post-college, so now I guess this is meeting Greek people on steroids, since a lot of people nationwide are going to see this. So again, I hope everyone doesn't judge me too harsh. It definitely took me out of my comfort zone. I'm not a huge talker or someone who opens up very easily, so this show definitely challenged me.
So I just had date number 4 with Paul, and I had so much fun. Like, we just always can laugh and joke around and also like be serious, which I really appreciate. So yeah, I'm curious what Paul thinks of me. We'll see.
I had a really great time. Ari is so funny, so fun to talk to. I feel like we get along really great. We're actually pretty similar, and I think we would have a great time together if we were to ever go out to like a bar or a party together. She just has like such a fun, like cool personality.
Hey guys, it's Ari. We're back, season 2. Woo! Season 2 recap.
First and foremost, I got a much needed haircut, so I'm super excited about that. But no, in all seriousness, not a ton to report on. Wasn't really expecting to anyway, considering that we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Update on my matches. Drumroll please.
Ari's in Ohio, I'm in Philadelphia, so there's not really any progression there. And I'm really someone who values face-to-face communication.
Peter's super awesome too. We talk, we text a lot. Like, he FaceTimed me for my birthday, which was super sweet. And yeah, I would love to, like, you know, one day maybe we can socially distant hang, because he's in PA and I'm in Ohio.
But as I said before, I'd be more than happy to meet up with Ari in Astoria one night when things begin to normalize.
Just finished my final date with Stephanie, and I'm like speechless. I don't really know much just what to say, because like she's awesome. She was actually like, she looked like what I was actually like picturing in my mind. So she's gorgeous.
I had such a great date with Baniotti. I feel like he is so easy to talk to, and he is a super genuine guy, which I really appreciate. I feel like there is no shortage of things for us to talk about.
She's gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw her, I was like, wow, can't believe I've been talking to her for 3 days, haven't been able to see her.
There's definitely a lot more that I want to continue getting to know about him, and I am excited to continue doing that and just see where this goes.
I can't bring out more words at this point, but yeah, that was awesome.
Hey, so it is my Dating Greeks update video, and here is the update.
It has been a few weeks since the last episode, last night of dates.
Baniotti and I are just friends.
We still talk here and there occasionally. Just distance plays a huge factor.
Even though we didn't pursue anything, I feel like he is such a great guy, and I'm happy that I met him.
If I went to New York or she came to Chicago, definitely would love to take her out on a date, but we're still cool. We have our inside jokes and stuff like that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know.
As for me, I'm not sure what's next, but I am excited to find out.
Well, the tea really has been spilled.
When you know, you know.
And after 4 dates, you probably should know.
It still seems like everyone hit it off, even if it wasn't a love connection.
Hey, a relationship is a relationship, whether friends or more than friends. And hey, you can never have too many Greeks in your life. And you don't know where friendship can go.
Well, the night is still young. We'll see what happens.
You guys didn't think that was it, did you?
Let's get to our couple updates.
Our next couple was a quick fan favorite.
And I do recall someone saying they were going to buy a ring
after the first date. This couple had a lot of memorable moments.
And we're about to see some more.
I'm from New Jersey. Where are you from?
Nice. I'm from Pittsburgh. I do a lot of youth work, so like I counsel at our like Metropolis summer camp every summer.
I think it's so cool that you do like youth work. I also work at my Metropolis summer camp. That's like my life. Well, we don't have one in New Jersey anymore, but I do Camp St. Paul, so that's like the New York like
Oh,
diocese
yeah.
one.
No, I have some friends from there, yeah.
So that's a huge part of my life. And just like
everything you said, I basically could have said the exact same thing.
that was great. Like, great.
That was like a complete shock. Get on a sailboat completely by yourself and like drive it all over the place.
Yeah, I'll teach you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm down. What are you doing next weekend?
Yeah, nothing actually.
She invited me to her house in Florida. I got a call off work, but I'm free.
I enjoyed it. I had fun. Yeah, for Lucas.
First impression is, where can I go to buy a ring? No, I'm just playing. Hey, I'm super excited I got to talk to you
me
again.
too.
I feel like yesterday we hit it off right in the beginning, and then after that I was like, I feel like I kept comparing every other one to
Oh my
that
god,
first
wait,
one.
you are
Like, it was
like
really
you're
good.
not even like you better be serious, because I literally said on the girls' Zoom, they were like, how'd it go? I was like, I spent every single date comparing it back to my first one.
No, I feel the same. I feel like we literally just we clicked super well, and then it was like, all right, see ya, and then the night just went down.
No, I'm like dead serious. All of my reaction videos were like, well, I'm not going to tell you I gave you a 10 out of 10, but I gave you a 10 out of 10.
I'm jealous that you live on the water though, because I've always kind of wanted to have like my own dock with like my own like crappy rowboat that I could go do whatever.
Well, I got one, so you're more than welcome to come to my house.
Hey, it like flew by again, so I hope we get to talk even longer tomorrow.
It's so annoying that we got cut off again. I just want to talk to him all night long.
So, I have a crush on a girl that I've never seen before, and that's where I stand with Chloe.
I feel like I can actually see like a connection starting to form.
Every time we talk, we just hit it off. I love everything that she says. I feel like she'd be super fun to hang out with. I would love to beat her in a board game. I would love to go fishing with her. I'd love to like go on a kayak trip with her. I feel like we could just get it like she. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck with my words right now. I'm just thinking. I really enjoyed that. I really did. How are you? How's your night
I'm great.
going?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Oh hell yeah! All right, I'm excited then. You mean like this call in particular, or the whole night?
Yes. No, this specific one.
Damn, she's awesome. Like it's so cool that like we mess with each other and we tell like stupid stories and like funny jokes and like the banter's there, but then we have like very nice, meaningful conversations too. It's like get yourself a girl that can do both, and Chloe can do both.
I also like our banter. Like I think it's very easy to talk to you. I just enjoy like anything that you say, and I like learning about you.
I really like her, but it's like weird as shit because I've never seen her before, and we just talk on the phone every night. But I really like her.
So I don't really have words to say about him. He's just so great.
Hey, what's up, guys? Big news to share. Chloe and I are engaged. No, I'm just playing. But we definitely do still keep in touch. We've definitely been talking, getting to know each other a little bit more. She's trying to move to Florida, so that makes things a little bit difficult. But I think that maybe one day there could be something there.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe. I think the show ended like 2 weeks ago. I'm still in Florida. I ended up with like Lucas, and we talk sometimes. We're not getting married. Yeah, like he was a good friend. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. We talk sometimes for like a little bit, and then like we just will stop answering randomly. But I'm also kind of talking to someone else now, so I'm not upset. I mean, I'd love to meet him someday. It'd be like kind of funny to like put a face to a name kind of thing, but like a real life face, because I've already met him via FaceTime. But yeah, that's it.
The finale, you know how we had that like 20 minutes in between? Like we cut the recording and we kept talking without the recording. And that's when I was like, so what happens tomorrow? And he was like, well, like nothing really. Like we can talk sometimes. Like we might not have to talk at all. Like it doesn't matter. I guess we'll see what happens. So I was like, okay.
I'm 23. I would definitely like to meet Chloe in person at some point, but I don't think I'm going to fly to her beach house like you said.
I was almost annoyed with how it ended. I don't think that Lucas had any intention of it being like anything more than just like I'm gonna go on the show for fun, which I don't care about. Like I wasn't expecting anything, but then like at the end for him to just be like, yeah, we're probably not gonna talk. We'll never make plans to like meet up if we're in the same place at the same time, like cool, but if not, oh well. I was like, that just wasted my whole week.
I was like, if I end up finding somebody, that's awesome. If not, like I'm sure I'll like make friends or something. Like I definitely really did like her when we were on the show, and it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't like faked. Like the more we talked, like the initial spark just kind of wore out.
When he clearly says like he doesn't want to talk anymore. So like I was like, yeah, I agree, which I do. Like on a good day, we live 7 hours apart. And then like if I move to Florida, that's another 1,500 miles. So like I get it, but at the same time, like why would you go through the whole week if you were not gonna talk anymore after that?
You ever just like go on a first date with someone, you're like super into them, and then by like the 4th day you're just like like in a sense this show was like a dating app. You have no idea how things are going to go like when you meet up in person. Like you could have like really great conversations, which we did, and then I would like to meet up with her in person, but like that's kind of impossible. You can only text someone for so long and keep it interesting.
So there was a couple times where he was like, we should definitely FaceTime, and then like we never did. There was another time where he did FaceTime me, but he was so drunk at a party and he like met someone that knew me, and I don't know how they even started talking about me, but him and this guy like that I knew FaceTimed me, and they were like, oh my god, hi Chloe, and then like they hung up in the middle of the call, and then the next day he texted me and was like, yeah, we should definitely FaceTime like now that I like know what I'm saying, and then we never talked.
It was honestly just like a lot of like drunk texting, be like, hey, we should FaceTime, like both ways. And then the other person was always like, I'm out right now, or like I'm with my family. So I think we might have did it like once. I could have definitely put in more effort there. It's kind of on me.
Just like catch up, like what are you doing type of thing, and then like one of us will just not answer.
I feel like sometimes it's easy to have an initial spark with somebody, but it's hard to like keep that going. And I feel like that's how you kind of know it's like the one. And I feel like after like 2 or 3 months, it just was boring. Like we were just texting like nothing. To be honest with you, like it was just the unrealisticness of ever being able to see each other frequently in person. And I think that kind of just like changed both of our mindsets about the whole thing, and we wanted to like put less effort into it. It also makes me wonder, like, did I like her so much because I was just comparing her to all of the other girls in the show? Like if I just met her somewhere, would we still have had that same connection? Or did it just seem like it was so great because compared to everyone else, it was much better?
He's applying to med school. I'm trying to move out of state. Like that's a lot to do on your own, let alone trying to like factor someone else into it. And I think that we both say that like we're trying to be a little bit more realistic.
We've talked a lot in the past week, and we're like very much on the same page.
It is life, and like we literally, there's no hard feelings at all.
Nothing happened. There's no hard feelings. Like the connection just kind of faded with time.
The way that we left things last week was very mutual. Am I open? Yes, but I like don't care if it doesn't go somewhere at this point because like it's been so long, and maybe one day it'll work. Like that's sort of how we left it.
At this like exact moment, I feel like that's not something I'm super interested in. Like, we're in our 20s. This isn't like middle school anymore. Like you don't just date somebody like for the hell of it. Like if I'm going to date someone, I want to be able to like put effort into my relationship, and I don't see how that's possible if you live in Florida.
I talk to Julia a lot. Julia's brother and I have the same godparents, but like we didn't know until Julia added me on Facebook. So Julia added me on Facebook, and I texted her. I was like, how do you know this woman? That's my Nuna. And she was like, no, like that's my brother's Nuna. And I was like, what?
I think that if we met in person and we like kind of hit it off again, I think I might be a little bit more inclined. I feel like in person versus like over phone or Zoom is like a wildly different thing.
Hey, look at this. We just take it out there.
Take a shot. No, just take the shot. I'm not looking for a picture. I want you to take the. I can't do it.
What's up, everybody? So a couple updates on me and Chloe. I actually had the chance to meet Chloe in person. She came home for a little bit to Jersey, and I was at a friend of mine's birthday party, and Julia was there. And Chloe and Julia actually had plans to hang out that weekend, and Chloe came to the party, so we got to meet in person, which was really cool. We actually ran the pong table. Chloe drained the last shot. It was awesome. And then after that, things had just kind of changed since the show, and we just kind of thought that currently we would just be better off as friends. It was kind of a mutual agreement for a variety of different factors, but I don't have any hard feelings. I hope she doesn't either, and I'm happy at the end of the day I gained a friend. So sorry to disappoint the whole world that we're not getting married and all that, but it is what it is.
I have a lot of thoughts. So after the show was over, I picked Lucas, and there were a lot of feelings involved in this. There was a time when I was super upset that we weren't going to talk afterwards, and then I was like, whatever, I'm living my life, my best life in Florida. So we didn't talk for about a month, and I was perfectly okay with it. There was always questions of like, what would have happened if we lived closer together? What would have happened if we decided to continue talking? So there was a point in time where I was like, wow, like I really like maybe want to see where things go with Lucas. So the day of the premiere of the show, Lucas reached out and was like, I think we should start talking again. Like, I forgot how much, like, I liked talking to you. And I was like, yeah, I completely agree. I loved talking to you on the show. Let's try this out. That weekend I was staying with Julia, and I ended up, like, accidentally meeting Lucas at a gathering. And it was great. We had a great time. Like, it was nice to finally put, like, a face to a voice and, like, a text conversation, because we had never FaceTimed outside of the show. Like, we had just texted here and there, like maybe 6 times after the show ended, before July came and we didn't talk at all. So we met. It was great. Like, we had a fun time, but I personally didn't see it going anywhere as anything other than friends. I think that like we would get along really well as friends. We have so much in common. But there just like was nothing there for me romantically. As the time like moved on in the past couple of weeks since the show has aired, and we met, we still do not talk, which is fine. We talk on the nights that the show airs, and that's pretty much it. And I'm okay with that. I want the world to know, like, it's not the end of the world. This is actually almost reality, like more realistic than anything else that could potentially come out of the show, because there are going to be people in your life that you don't talk to anymore, or that like you think you have a connection with. It's okay for things not to work out. So that's what I want people to take away from this show. I think right now it's just not the time for either of us, and that's fine. And as long as me and Lucas are on the same page, that's all that really matters, and we are on the same page. So, but to wrap this up, I really loved being on the show. I thought it was super fun. It's something I can eventually like tell my kids that I did, or play 2 truths and a lie, like, hey, I've been on a dating show kind of thing. But I made a lot of good girlfriends out of it. I met a lot of cool people and like more connections for the future. And so I'm not upset about any of it. It's just life. Bye, guys.
Well, that was, yeah, so many things.
How are we feeling?
Are you guys shocked?
Definitely didn't see that one coming after the show.
Really felt like they were going to be one of the couples who made it.
But like they said, this is life.
Right. And life doesn't always go the way we want it to.
And honestly, distance is tough.
Keeping a conversation going when there's thousands of miles between you,
that's tough.
Yeah. But bummer, because they did seem like they had a genuine connection.
End of the day, they're both great people, and I hope they can have a great friendship.
Even if long distance.
And hey, Chloe, if Lucas doesn't end up taking you up on your beach house offer, we're only a phone call away from Florida.
And we love the beach.
And Disney.
Without further
All right, we're back. So that was surprising. We get it. We do. But we want to say that we love Lucas. We love Chloe. And relationships are hard. You're talking to the 2 single Greek sisters.
Yeah,
we ain't married here.
We have not cracked the code yet. So we are just trying to help us out. But honestly, like, obviously, life can get in the way, even of a couple that seems pretty perfect.
And that's the thing. I think it's hard because it's like we see something on screen that seems like, of course that's going to happen. Of course that's going to work out. But end of the day, the fact that any of these couples worked out is the 1 in 100.
It's
and
bizarre.
Tacky and I are shook by it because really it doesn't make sense. None of these people live close to each other. They're all in different places in life. And the majority of them should have been Lucas and Chloe and not have worked out and just ended up as friends. and they're mutual. And yes, they probably had different interests or different ideas of what it was going to look like in the beginning, right when they finished out the show in June. But life happens, and it sucks. It's tough. But I honestly think that Lucas and Chloe are such a good representation of what true dating looks like. You connect with someone, and then it doesn't work out. You think that it might, and then it doesn't. And then you think it won't, and it does. We don't have a formula for this. Honestly, if we did, we would be very wealthy people right now. So that's all we want to say. We are going to bring these guys up if they're still down to join us, and hopefully they are, because I think they have some words of wisdom. And honestly, I was totally feeling both of them during this. I mean, I think they had a lot of relevant stuff to say. So without further ado, let's bring in our favorite people, Lucas, Chloe. Honestly, love both of them so much. Can't wait for you guys to talk to them too. If you interact with them, of course. Get in on those comments.
Chloe!
Hi.
You got some fans.
Chloe, dang! You got some. Are you ready to be the bachelor, Greek bachelorette?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you'd be perfect. You're so candid.
Oh my God.
How do you feel?
How do I feel about what I just watched? Not the happiest with what I just watched.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
But wait. I don't know if they can see us, but Lucas, I'm sorry. I did not know they were going to clip this together like that.
Hey, you kind of wrecked me a little bit. That was very kind of you.
It kind of what?
I'm just playing. Can you guys hear me? My laptop didn't work, so I'd use my phone.
I'm sorry. They clipped some of that together in just ways I did not want or did not think. I didn't know the one call was being recorded at all until after it was over. So
yeah, it happens. It happens, I guess.
God.
And I totally understand that, like, things change over the course of 3 months. It's a long time, and there's a lot of stuff that happened. And end of the day, like, we did those calls with every couple and told them, that we were recording them. And, like, it was a thing of, like, more to get understanding of where you guys were at. But we wanted to get those kind of, like, markers, each of this, each update, depending on the time it was. Just because things do change. And even though you might feel a certain way at a certain time, I do feel like at the end of the day, you guys both kind of came to the same conclusion. And I think it was, like, important to show people, because people did believe so much in both of you because of your connection they saw during the other 4 episodes. So I feel like I understand where you guys are coming from. We definitely didn't, like, create things out of nothing. We used, what was said in the time it was. But understand where you guys are coming from 100%. And end of the day, I do think it was just a situation, like you both said, difficult to maintain something where it's 7 hours, 15 hours apart, and you guys are at a time of life where you're both doing a lot. I don't know how it would work unless you made it work where you're flying to each other all the time, which isn't totally ideal or possible for most people. I think you guys are the most realistic couple, and that's why most people are single, honestly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that I was a little bit, like, vague, and I feel like I'm public enemy number 1 right now, and I don't want to make it seem like I straight up, like, go Chloe. So basically what happened was the show ended, and then he told me that at the time he was moving to Florida. So I was like, okay, this is also, you have to remember, like, now things are more relaxed. This is, like, in March when you couldn't go anywhere. So, or whenever this was, May, whatever, middle of quarantine. Those are not the same thing, but anyway. So Chloe's like, yeah, I'm moving to Florida. Like, I'm applying for jobs down there. I was like, all right, well, I can't come down there anytime soon. So I was just like, what's the point of this right now? And things kind of faded. In the meantime, kind of how Chloe said that she was talking to someone else, I also started talking to another girl, but I didn't want to, like, tell Chloe that because I didn't want to make it seem like I'm not talking to you anymore because I found someone better. It was more like, I'm not talking to you because you moved to Florida. And I know now that she's back in Jersey and, like, that's going on. but like that's kind of what happened. Like the show ended. She at the time was planning on moving to Florida, and like I started talking to someone else, so things just kind of faded. I know the show made it seem like I kind of just ghosted her like out of absolutely nowhere. And I am really, really happy that we got to meet in person. It was like a massive surprise. I literally shit my pants when she turned the. What the hell are you doing in Lancaster? Like I thought you were like in Disney World or something. But it was really fun to meet up in person. So hopefully, moving forward, there's no hard feelings.
Yeah. You go. Sorry.
Good.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I think that, I truthfully, like, maybe I just missed the message. I really didn't think that that I was being recorded. So I think I was more like just venting to two girls that like were my friends about how I felt. And so I think it came across as more of like a he ghosted me, but it was definitely like a mutual thing. And like what I liked about our like relationship was that we were very much consistently on the same page. Like when we were super into it, we were both super into it. And when we weren't, we kind of both were. And I think that like it worked out. So like there really are no hard feelings. And like I would like still love to go to the same camp as him, or like love to hang out at like DC Greeks or at YAL or UGA, because like we really did like have such a good time that night in Lancaster. And like we have so much in common that I feel like we'd be doing ourselves a disservice by trying to like force this relationship upon us when we literally could become like best friends out of this entire thing. And I think I would rather have a best friend than like a messed up like boyfriend or like messed up relationship for across like multiple states. But that's just me.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, like you kind of hit the nail on the head. Like things change, and I think it's hard. Like these dates, you guys probably went on like maybe 2 or 3 hours dates total from
like an hour, yeah, 2 hours maybe.
2-ish hours. Yeah. And I think it's like really hard to know. I mean, you guys obviously kicked it out and had a lot of common, but it could easily go friendship versus relationship. And honestly, we just tried. It was a lot because it was 2 months and a lot happened between that for you guys. So we just tried to tell the story as best as we could in a genuine and honest way. And I think like everyone in a chat, it seems like understands like things don't work out, and we never expected actually couples to start dating because that's kind of bizarre to us. What happened with you guys is honestly makes sense. Like dating long distance, I mean, I don't know if I would do it either. Honestly, with everything going on in your own
life. The fact that it wasn't just like a Pennsylvania, Ohio thing. Like at the time, she was going like full blown Florida, and it was the middle of pandemic, and like, wave came, and it was like Florida's like a hot spot right now, and I was like, okay, like I'm never gonna see this girl in real life. And then when this other girl kind of came along that like kind of lived close to me, I was like, I feel like I'd be stupid not to pursue this. And then it seemed like Chloe, like she obviously said in the thing, she was talking to someone else. She kind of went her own way. So I don't know.
And I think even Pittsburgh to where I live in New Jersey, like it's not like he lives in Philly. I'm only an hour from Philly. Pittsburgh is still like on the other side. But I think Lucas, you said it perfect. Like what we had in like those 4 dates was almost like a first date, and like you have a great time, and then you're like the way you described it with like date 1 to date 4 is like perfect, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, again, I really do think you guys are the most realistic couple. Not to say it's good or bad. It's just like it's life again. And I think that's the best way to describe it. Like end of the day, most people who are on dating apps, of which like I don't know who all is, but a lot of people are, don't keep their distance more than 20 miles because it's hard. And end of the day, like Kaki and I do this as a fun thing to get people to know each other. Last season, that's all it was. And no one got together at all. People didn't even talk. We were excited that one of the couples FaceTimed twice after their, finale. So the fact that we have couples that have formed is unexpected and shocking to both of us more than anyone. So what happened with you guys is honestly life, like you both said. And I like applaud you both for being, strong enough to come on like a live thing like this and explain and just like, not that you need to. Like you don't need to explain to anyone. And end of the day, like I hope you don't think that we like minced your words at all, because we just really did want people to see, because we got so many responses to people that you guys might not have even seen that loved you guys so hard. Honestly, like of all the couples, would have thought you guys were the ones who were gonna make it.
Like favorite.
The fan favorite, honestly. And end of the day, it's like that's fine. And you guys both seem like you're in a good place. One of you might be going to med school. One of you is teaching and potentially living in Florida by the beach. So I don't think anyone is any worse than they were before the
I think that you
show.
guys are gonna...
And I think that's to the maturity of you both. You guys are not bitter people. And yes, Chloe was caught at a moment where you were more bitter because it was the beginning of this whole thing. But I also think that like those different kind of moments of, I guess, realizing what a relationship is and, you know, what it entails, I guess, is so real and true and authentic. And like, yes, I guess technically reality TV, but also as someone that like works in documentary, I more think it's like beautiful that like you can see the true expression of people. And like last episode, the reason that we liked the way it turned out, it was personally one of my favorite episodes, was because it got everyone to be more vulnerable and like answer questions that maybe aren't what you normally ask someone on a date. And I know you guys hated the questions. I realize that because you guys had such an authentic banter, but not everyone has that. And I want to say that I have a friend that I made because he was at this, it's like an event called, it's called Unspoken, or I forget the name of it. Is that what's called, Unspoken? So people read things that they've never told the people that they're writing to. So maybe it's their, you know, estranged like father or like their mother that passed away or like an ex-boyfriend or something. And he described his siblings as the loves of his life. And I was like really shook by that because I have 5 siblings and they are like some of the loves of my life. And I think the idea that like a relationship and like love and like connection and chemistry has to be romantic is bullshit, honestly. And I think you guys showed that like you had a connection, you have so much in common, and that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a relationship. It doesn't mean you have to get married. Lucas doesn't have to buy a ring, but it doesn't mean that like Lucas shouldn't visit Chloe and learn how to sail, and Chloe shouldn't like hit him up if they're at a party and like have a good time together. So I honestly like really enjoy your segment because it's so real and so relatable. And a lot of people watching this are single and still looking for that person that they want to be their person. But it doesn't mean that, you know, a person you meet that you connect with shouldn't be someone you stay connected with just because it doesn't end in love. Sorry for that rant, everybody. I hope you stayed tuned. We still have 178 people watching, so some of you guys are listening. But anyways, I just had to say that.
I want to know if you guys have any final thoughts or something to leave the audience with.
I think that overall I can only speak for myself. I very much enjoyed doing this experience and meeting all of the people I did. All these people in the chat, I'm getting a lot of hate. I'm assuming all these people are Chloe's friends. It happened.
Oh, it's two of my friends. Like they think they're being funny. We're all on FaceTime.
All deserve to destroy me. I get it. I apologize. Shout out Khaki and Elizabeth. You guys, this was a crazy experience you provided for all of us, and we're very appreciative.
Yeah, I guess just like thanks for like all the hard work. You guys put like incredible work into like these videos. And like I think I said this to Elizabeth and Khaki this morning. I'm a teacher and I don't even like making Google slideshows. So like the fact that you guys can put these videos together into like a TV show is great. So thank you for that.
And of course, and we really hope we all can meet up like in person at some point, maybe next year. Because I mean, it's been so fun getting to know you guys too.
And thank you guys for being like candid and vulnerable. And again, like I know that this is not what the fans wanted, and it might suck because people think, you know, all we want in life is like that partner, romantic, whatever. But honestly, like I think what you guys showed the audience is maybe the most important thing of all, is that like just because you have a connection doesn't mean it's going to work out. It doesn't mean like that's the way your life is supposed to go. So I thank you guys for like your maturity, your vulnerability. And I hope the audience realizes that like Lucas is an awesome, badass, like super and like good friend guy that should not be hated. So there's no villain in this. And we were not intending that. We took what we got in footage. We did not try to like turn somebody into something. And I just want everyone to know that like Khaki and I, not being PC or anything, we actually do like think these two are great individuals, and we were actually sad it didn't work out because we see them as, you know, great individuals and obviously wanted to work out, but like even with or without each other, they're still great people. So please don't Nikki haters. Haters, back off. And let's move on to our next segment. Thank you guys for being with us, and we love you. So hope have a great rest of your night. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
We are at our final couple of the night. Who's that? Well, this couple had a connection that they built slowly over time.
So, like a totally normal couple.
One that most everyone probably didn't see coming.
I can't wait for this reveal.
Well, let's get to it.
What's your favorite dish? What's your go-to?
My favorite food is tiropidakia.
She loves tiropitis. I love tiropitis. Okay, I feel you on that. I can easily crush at least 10 of those at Thanksgiving
Me
or Christmas
too.
or Easter, whichever holiday you want to put them in front of me. I can go 10 deep on those easily.
And then I'm like full for dinner because I just had all like the tiropidakia.
Until your yak comes in the room, then you better not be full anymore. You better make some room ASAP.
He's really funny and quirky and like always like takes the opportunity to like crack a joke. How was your day?
It was good, kind of like you. I mean, uneventful. Sat on the phone all day on conference calls at work.
But you were looking forward to this all night, though.
Yeah, duh. I mean, it was hard. It's hard to get through the calls. It's like, James, you there? Can you advise on this? It's like, oh shoot. What are you saying? I got a big day with Cassandra later tonight.
Been dreaming about her all day.
Geez, just like daydream. I hope I didn't screw up too many cases today.
You know, I was looking at the list, and obviously it was great to see you on it again. And then I saw you were last. But then I was like, you know what they say?
Save the best for last.
There you go. Great minds.
Boom. You don't have to say it to me. I already know.
So yeah.
All right, Stephanie. So if you're at home watching TV, what are you turning it on? What about music, Stephanie? What kind of music do you like?
Chrysanthi. Not Stephanie.
Oh, what?
Shout out James for calling me the wrong name though. You're lucky I didn't hang up on you.
Jeez, my bad. If we went to a Greek night, Chrysanthi, are we dancing the whole night? What are we doing? Are we going in and leaving, or are we just like chilling? What are we doing?
We are going in and dancing the whole night.
Hell to the yeah.
And if you try to sit down, I will pull you out of your chair.
All right, major asterisk. I'm gonna put like 2 asterisks by that. Hey, let's hit this in Mexico. Hey. You know, good note here. My law firm has like 50-something offices in pretty much every major city in the country. So, just saying.
You trying to move up here?
No, I'm really not. To be honest with you, Boston is probably way too cold for me.
I'm always cold, so I like the warm weather for sure.
All right, so then my question to you is, what's taking so long, Chrysanthi? Why aren't you moving down here south? It's really beautiful.
I don't know
It's
why
nice.
I haven't like looked into it already.
You just
I
hadn't
should've
found the
done that
right
last
person
night.
down here? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You just haven't found the right person down here?
No, I think I did.
Okay, maybe so. All right, good answer again. She said she's open to moving south. She's not a cold weather person. Not gonna lie. Is it a deal breaker? No. However, am I gonna say it's a gigantic plus? Abso-freaking-lutely. Giant plus. Chrysanthi, ready to move south. So
Everyone who's listening right now.
I already know the area. All right, everybody. My house is going up for sale. I know I just moved in a few months ago.
My
house
dad's
is for
a
sale.
real estate agent. He'll sell your house.
Done and done. He'll sell my house. He'll hook us up with a nice place in Charleston. My law firm has an office there on King Street, the nicest street in Charleston. So I don't have to switch jobs. We're good to go. All right, done and done. What's up, everyone? Dating Greeks. Night number 4. All dates complete. It's now time for what everybody's been waiting for, the final decision. On one hand, we have Chrysanthi. On the other hand, Chloe. 2 great girls. Loved all 4 date nights with both of them. They're both extremely cool, great personalities, super real, genuine people. Got to make a decision, and here it is. My choice, Chrysanthi, my number 1. Let's see what happens. Chrysanthi, hopefully you pick me. If you didn't pick me, it's cool. We'll still be friends either way. Just remember, you told me you love me.
Okay, this is the final reaction tape of the week. I'm comparing James and Lucas, how like both things went. Like it was awesome talking to both of them. I see a lot of similarities like in myself with each of them. But I really do think that I had a stronger connection with James. I just feel like every time I talk with him, it's just like I can't stop laughing. I mean, he said he loved me. I hope he picks me too. Wanted a final update on who we picked first. So James is my number one pick. Where are we at now? Well, it's been a couple weeks and don't really know if everyone's been keeping in touch or not. But as far as right now, I would say
things are going pretty well. So we're showing up in Boston right now. Came to come see the girl.
And we've actually had a really fun weekend.
It's been awesome. Had a great weekend together.
Next stop, South Carolina.
Next stop, time for her to come visit me in the South. So we'll keep you guys updated.
And yeah, that's that.
What's up, everyone? This is James checking in. It's been about 2 months since we stopped filming Dating Greeks. And just to fill you guys in, all right, so at the end of Dating Greeks, I picked Chrysanthi. Chrysanthi picked me. We took really no days off. We kept talking immediately thereafter. Made our own little FaceTime dates and everything, and just kept talking. About 2 weeks after Dating Greeks stopped filming, I flew up to Boston for the first time to go meet her in person. And then a few weeks later, I went back up again the second time.
Now we're almost 2 months out. He came last weekend. We spent the whole weekend together. It was honestly amazing.
It's been a week since the second time I went up there. It's just really kind of crazy how you can really get along so well with somebody and really be so similar in so many different areas.
We just have so many of the same opinions and views on things in life, and we basically agree on almost everything.
I think the only area that we aren't really almost identical on is food. So she gives me a hard time about that. I'm somewhat of a picky eater.
How could you not like ranch dressing, right? He doesn't like condiments. So, you know, I made him try sushi and guac because those are like bomb. So we're gonna work on that. I started him off easy with a veggie roll. And what do you think?
Hey, not bad, not bad.
Not bad! Day 2, I'm making him try guac.
Cheers.
Tell me you love it.
Not bad.
Not bad!
We've just been having a great time. We really have so much fun together. We never want to leave when the weekend's over, but we have more weekend trips planned and just really excited to see where things go. On this most recent trip up there last weekend, I also met her parents. So we've already crossed that bridge and we had a great time. Her parents were super cool and they reminded me a lot of my own.
He's the nicest guy literally I've ever met. Cares so much for me, and we've literally only known each other like 2 months. I've only been in person with him for like 6 days, and I feel like I've known him forever. He treats me like a queen. It's just really exciting for both of us.
I'd like to think that we're evidence that, you know, this type of thing can work. Given the right two individuals are in it. So I think both of us are just really excited to see what happens. You know, hopefully things keep going well and we have more and more update videos for you all in the future.
It's really exciting to have someone to want to share like your life with and new experiences with. I would have never met him probably if it wasn't for this show. So that's all. I did it for fun, but I never really expected it to like lead into actually finding someone.
I mean, I wouldn't have said 2 months ago that I'm going to be sitting here in August and being like, oh yeah, I actually have a girlfriend that I found on the show. Like, no, like maybe a 1% chance, but
we like made things like official. So we're like a couple. So I don't know. And like everyone I tell, they're like, no way, that actually happened. One of my friends was like, I can't believe you met someone normal from a thing like that.
Hey now.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as everyone else.
I mean, I guess it's just a good way for me to learn that sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and, you know, try something that I wouldn't normally do.
And we were both serious about finding someone enough to the point where, like, if we did find someone we thought we were actually interested in, like, we didn't care about the distance. So like, I feel like some people might use that as an excuse, but like for us, I guess we're at a point in our lives where we're just like ready for someone. So like, we don't really care.
On the last Zoom meeting, Chrysanthi said something about, she's so disappointed because now she doesn't have any dates lined up. And I was like, immediately jumped in and I was like, no, you have a date tomorrow. Like, just wait, I'm texting you.
Until eventually I was like, I'm the type of person who I don't like to waste my time. So I was like, I want to meet this guy so I like can confirm I like him, because I don't want to sit here and talk to him for 3 months like on the phone, and then I finally meet him and I'm like, wow, I hate this dude. So I was down to business. I was like, so do you want to like come up?
Yeah, no, seriously, it was like, so we finished dating Greek on like the Thursday, I think it was like a Thursday that we ended. I'm pretty sure that following Monday I was booking a flight to Boston because she was like, hey, if this is serious, like, you want to come up to Boston and see me? And I was like, well, I guess. I wasn't gonna propose coming up that early because you might think I'm a psychopath, but sure, if you're recommending it, then sure, I'll book a plane ticket, tomorrow.
Immediately after leaving work, I like went to the airport to pick him up. So after like my last hour and a half at work, I literally was like having a panic attack. Like, I was nauseous. Like, I was like breathing like very fast. I was like, oh my God, what am I about to do? And I was like so scared, and like I was like, what if it's so weird? But then we met and it was like, it just felt like normal.
Yeah, I really wasn't nervous. I was just like, I'm either going to go up there and it's going to be a disaster and we just aren't compatible. There's no vibe there, or it's going to be exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it's going to be awesome. And, this is the kickstart for, what's to come in the future. I don't think I really knew I liked her until after like our third date. I was like 99% sure. And then after the fourth date, I was just like, yeah, it's 100%.
The third night definitely was like solid. At that point, I was like, it's either Lucas or James. And like me and Lucas were pretty similar too, but I don't know, like I should say the Zoom call when we did the questions, like I had so much fun and like the hour went by so fast, to the point where, like, no offense to Lucas, but I was like, I don't even want to do another one.
When we went through all those questions, I remember Crisanti was first, whatever, we had that, and I was just like, I could pretty much go ahead and wrap it up at that point. I was like, honestly, like, no offense to Chloe or anything, but it's just like, it was pretty much over after that. Neither one of us had each other, like, number one, like after like the first night or two, whatever. And it's just crazy to me that, this, what we have could have not happened just based on like a 10-minute intro call.
Yeah, I've had the worst dating luck in my whole life though. So it was like really like surprising to finally meet someone who like actually wanted to prioritize me and actually liked me. Like I remember like the first time he held my hand, I was like, because I was he's like, no one's ever held your hand before, and I was like, maybe in the car like once, but in public, no. So it's refreshing. He's like really, yeah, he's just the sweetest.
I've sketched her out a few times doing stuff.
He was too overbearing in the beginning, and I was like, if you can, I said it in a very nice way, but I was like, if you continue this, I'm gonna run away.
I almost scared her off just by caring. Super gay, I love
it. Honestly, I'm shocked.
Crisanti, I think it's time for you to move south.
And winter is coming, James. Time to buy that place in Charleston.
I can't believe they've already met up 4 times. And more to come.
And have you seen a more photogenic couple? I mean, talk about good genes.
When we say wedding invites, we're looking at you too.
What a night. I can't.
We gotta do it again. All right, we back. Times 2. We are here. Everyone is unmuted. How do you guys feel?
I feel it was like really nice watching all that back. and seeing how everything really played out.
It was actually perfect because I mean we're coming up just over 3 months now.
We gotta do it again. All right, we back. Time 2. We are here. Everyone is unmuted.
Oh, sorry.
We're good. So yeah, you guys watching the back. It's been about 3 months, and you guys have gotten together in person 3-4 times. How many times now?
3 times.
Was it 3?
3 times. Yeah, 2 times up in Boston and then 1 time in South Carolina.
You guys are the couple that has met up the most and the couple that no one expected, which I feel like means you have one of the biggest shots of actually working because it came in a very real way.
Yeah, I feel like it was natural progression, kind of like every date built on the next one. So like every date with Crisanti was like better than the one before. So I don't know. I feel like it was like a genuine connection. And then by the last date, when we were on the phone for hour and a half on Zoom, at that point it was just like, I think it was very clear to both of us that we had so many things in common that would be crazy not to give this a real chance afterwards.
Crisanti?
Sorry, what was the question? I was putting in my earbuds.
Yes, how do you feel after watching the show? This final episode.
I really loved kind of watching just recaps and then how it all went into where we are at right now. It was really nice to see it just all play out. And like I said, I really didn't imagine something like this happening. I did it for fun because I was bored in quarantine. How am I going to meet a guy in quarantine? I'm bored. And then this happened and it's just absolutely insane. I don't know.
I mean, it is insane. Whenever we would get your updates, me and Elizabeth would go crazy. We were like, I can't believe it. They're so cute and so sweet. And it was just bizarre because no one expects this to happen. And we were like, this is for fun to connect people, but we didn't expect it to be so real.
Yeah, we freaked out. Every time we get an update, we won't watch it without each other. It's like an event. And then you guys just brought it to another level. We'd be like, hey, can you send us something? And a couple would send us 1 picture. And then you send us 40. And it was I can't believe we have video of James trying his first veggie sushi roll and his first guacamole. Also, James, what rock have you been living under? Guacamole is literally an American food group at this point.
It's life.
Crisanti, what? Where did he come from?
I give him shit for it all the time. Like I said, he doesn't even like condiments. I love stuff to dip my food in or add a little extra sauce, flavor, something. I can't eat dry food. He's like, nah, I don't like mayo, ketchup,
none of that.
Ranch. I'm like,
no
anything.
ranch. No.
Tell us some couple spoilers that we might not know yet, since you guys have obviously gotten to know each other a little better in person.
Well, I guess I'm flying out tomorrow for 4 days to spend time with him and then meet his family.
That's if I let her get on the return flight back to Boston.
Okay, James.
But yeah, I don't know. Has anything come out since? I don't know, James. I want you to answer the question. What have you found out about me? Yeah, spoiler.
I don't know what spoilers we have. I feel like it's all kind of out there in the videos.
I know
that you guys showed.
Yeah.
What out of all the videos? I mean, what was fun watching back for you guys? Just now, you guys obviously just have a 10+ minute interlude of your moments. And what out of all that did anything bring you back to what drew you to each other out of the other 7 guys or girls that you were going on dates with?
I don't know if it was one particular thing. For me, it was kind of just a combination of all of it. I mean, I tried not to make decisions based on one conversation or one topic that we talked about. Not like I said earlier, I don't know if this was when we were still muted, but every single date I had with Crisanti was better than the one before. And we it was very genuine connection. We built upon it every step of the way. Every date was better. And I felt like we really grew closer through that instead of just clicking over something stupid early on and then just that being the one thing we clicked on. Instead, we had actual connections on like really like the kind of like the way we live and like what we're looking for and stuff. So I don't know, it felt like super real. And I mean, as stupid as it sounds, like, I mean, I really did like book a plane ticket to go meet her like 3 days after the show. And like, normally that's like super out of character for me, but I didn't even think it was crazy doing it because it was like, I don't know, I feel like I knew her way more than just like a few days worth. I mean, obviously we talked every day after the show too. So, I mean, we kept getting to know each other more and more, but I don't know, just something about it seemed right to me. So even though I did things that were like out of character for myself, like it, I don't know, it didn't really faze me.
I like think that we really like I liked him the whole week. Maybe like first night I was just like I'm kind of neutral. Then like second night I was like, oh okay, I like him. Third night I was like, okay, definitely. Fourth night obviously picked him. But I think like a lot of people were compatible and whatever, and like obviously we're really compatible, but I think like the big thing too is like I said in one of my clips, like we're both at a point in our lives where we're really serious about like committing to someone. So, and we're both like dedicated in that. So we like knew going into this, like, oh, everyone's from far away. If I end up liking them, like they're not going to be down the street if I want to meet them. And we were both just open to, I guess like taking that chance. And I just didn't want to like keep texting him and like FaceTiming him and like liking him over that. And then like come to meet him in person. I'm like, oh wow, you're like really different. Like the vibe is like not right and whatever. So I just wanted to like hash it out in the beginning. Like, all right, let's see if we're actually compatible like in person together. And I remember the last night when things ended and I was like, oh, like I'm not gonna get like a text saying like, oh, you're going on a date with James tomorrow at 7 p.m. But he was like, oh no, you got a date tomorrow. They just didn't text you about it. And like, because I was like, wait, so now like what? Like, is he gonna text me? Is he gonna talk to me? And he did continue that communication. And like I said, he was a little just too overbearing at first.
I wanted you to talk about that. So when I remember you telling us he like tried to hold your hand and you were like, whoa. And tell us about like that, about how maybe James was more forward with his, I don't know, romantic gestures and like what you thought about that.
Well, right when I picked him up from the airport, like we obviously like greeted each other, hugged, said hello, whatever. And then we got in the car and then yeah, he just like started holding my hand right away and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like we're there already. But no, I was like just saying like I'm so nervous. Like I literally thought I was going to throw up at work. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I was in my scrubs like from my shift. I was like,
She still looked cute though, so
and he's like you know me, like there's nothing to be nervous about, like you know me, like it's not like we like just met for the first time, like maybe in person, but like we've been talking and like whatever, so that was like comforting. But yeah, then when we like went out together for the first time, like yeah, he would try to hold my hand in public and like I don't know, maybe I kind of like pulled back for a bit and he was like questioned it, kind, I don't know, like it was like body language type of thing. And sorry, I got distracted. But I was just like, sorry, like I've never really like, okay, like maybe one guy like I held his hand in the car, but like other than that I was like, yeah, sorry, I've never like done anything like cute in public. And then he also like I was gonna drop him off at his hotel in Boston the first time he visited me, and he's like, oh, can we just stop at this Walgreens that he knew was near my apartment, because I told him like, oh, this is like where I live in Boston. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I just need to get something. I was like, okay. So I was just like waiting in my car and he's like, what are you doing in there? Like getting a Gatorade or water? Like what's going on? And then he comes out with like this big box. So then I bring him to my apartment, like right across the street, just to like show him around. And he had me like open the box and he ordered this like big order of like a vase with like basically like sunflowers and like yellow flowers. I told him like yellow is my favorite color and like I love sunflowers. And I was like, oh my god, like no guy has ever given me flowers before.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Boys, take notes.
Actually, though, geez,
right?
What girls need. Like, also expectation, Chrysanthi, you're awesome, beautiful girl. You deserve flowers.
Yes,
She does.
Chrysanthi, never accept not getting your hand held in public and not getting yellow flowers ever again. I don't want to assume that it will have to ever happen because James is a badass and I hope you guys are happy forever and we get invited to the wedding. But end of the day, it's like you need to know that like you're a beautiful, wonderful, amazing woman that like deserves all those things. And James, like,
doing it.
keep going. Like, you are treating women
That's
the way
right.
they should be treated. And I'm so glad that you guys found each other through this. What is it about this that you feel like made it so you guys would meet? I mean, other than the fact that obviously distance, but in general, like kind of like James met you after, you know, you picked up from the airport and he said, you know, you already know me. But like, how did you build that? Like, how do you feel like the show helped build that compared to normal dating?
I think honestly, now I mean it's not like I have like so much dating experience to like base it on, but I genuinely think that we got to know each other like much quicker than if I would have like just like met her out somewhere. And the reason for that is I feel like when we met, like we both came into this kind of with that same intention. Like maybe we didn't think this would actually happen, but we had an open mind that it was at least possible that it would happen. And we were both serious about if we did find someone that we would pursue it afterwards. It's not like we were just doing this for like a 4-day fling and just like someone to text every once in a while because we're bored. Like, you know, we actually had the intention that, you know, if you find someone worth committing to, like we would do it. And I think because we went in with that mindset, you didn't have like that feeling it out phase where it's like, oh, you don't know if the person's into you or not. Like, I feel like couples like waste so much time. Like you can waste like 2 months, like being like, oh, I don't know if they like me. I don't know if I like them. And, you know, you never really get an answer because nobody really wants to ask. And then 2 months go by and you don't even know like if the person likes you or not. But like at the end of this, like we both like actually picked each other out of a group of 8 guys and 8 girls. So it's like, I mean, clearly you like something about me because you picked me. And clearly I like something about her because I picked her. And then when we kept talking after that, it's kind of like we bypassed that weird talking phase where I don't know if I like you. I don't know if you like me. Like we both like know affirmatively we each liked each other.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
and-
have to ask,
Oh yeah.
are you guys official?
Oh yeah, very official.
They said that, yes, they are official. But how did it happen? Like, tell us a story of how that like went from, you know, you meeting up in a city to like your girlfriend, boyfriend.
So it just kind of like, I don't know, it felt more serious than anything I'd ever been involved in before. And I was just kind of saying like, okay, he definitely like, he's like he's not talking to anyone else. Like it's like me and him, like that's it. But like nothing was really like discussed about it. Which is fine. I mean, it was still early, but I just feel like he said, like we kind of did like skip like the whole like, I don't know, beginning phase of like, oh, do you like me, whatever, because like we did start building the relationship like solely off of just like conversation. So it was really nice to like exclude like judging off of like physical and like all that like right up front. But yeah, the second time he came to Boston, same kind of thing. Like I picked him up, like brought him to his hotel, and then he ended up ordering flowers again for me.
And listen, your
This
boy
time
knows
it
what
was
to do.
24 roses. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my.
I loved them though. They were very beautiful. And it like when you order the flowers, it comes with like a little note. So he basically like was like, oh, I should have sent you guys a picture, but whatever. It was basically like a little blurb of like he likes me and like he's so thankful for this process, whatever, and like basically like asked me to be his girlfriend. So yeah, it was cute.
So sweet.
So precious.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, and especially like watching, like we didn't include this because we were trying to keep you guys till the end of like kind of a secret, like, you know, super success story. But like I love that you said, Chrysanthi, like he was your exact type physically. And I just think it's crazy because Khaki and I have said this many times, like all 3 of the couples that are still together actually resemble each other physically. And it's very weird, but it's also super photogenic and we love it. And you feel like you guys are definitely a case for that. So it's kind of funny that like you described your kind of ideal kind of guy as James.
And that's what it was.
Also, every time like I've like talked to a guy, I feel like they've like, I'm 5'7". I feel like they've kind of been like 5'10", hovering area. And then when I wear heels, it's just like, oh, okay. And like for once in my life, like a tall guy comes across, like James happened to be 6'2",
Yeah.
and I was like, no way.
We love a tall guy. We love when you
Love
meet
a tall guy. Love
it's
a tall
not a deal
guy.
breaker, but it's definitely a plus.
Yeah, it's a plus.
Total plus. And then James, can you speak to the James train? Because they have been part of this show since day one. They have been on the live streams, maybe the only ones on the live
Yes,
stream.
very,
I
very.
want to hear about the James train.
The James Train is one and the same with the Mom Squad, which is this Snapchat group of me and a bunch of my cousins, and they are extremely dedicated fans of the show. I'm checking the comments now, and it looks like 85% of the comments right now is from the James Train, aka Mom Squad. We're gonna
Mom
rename
Squad.
them. We're gonna rename them to the hashtag Jonty movement. So if y'all can get that going on the hashtag Jonty, let's get that rolling. Also, I have to give a shout out to the Wicked Smart Snapchat group too. Before I get in trouble there, that's me, my sister Crisante, her brother Pano, and then my brother-in-law Cristo. So we've got our own little Snapchat group there. So
Also, shout out to my mom, Kathy, for officially like giving us the nickname Jonty. She actually named.
Shout out to Ma.
We have a group chat, it's me, James, and my mom, and she automatically just like was like, "Oh, I'm gonna name it Jonty." So, thanks, Ma.
Also, shout out to Pano one more time, Crisante's brother. He said he has the T here in the comment section. I just now saw this. And he said the T is that I have the family's official stamp of approval. So shout out to that. She'll be getting my family stamp of approval in like 2 days.
Also,
yeah,
he has
you
yet
have
to meet
plans.
my brother, who is my best friend, but he's coming up first weekend in October, and I can't wait for him to meet my brother because they're both like equally as goofy and weird.
I have to ask. We had a question from the Insta. James, how did James say their own name and live to tell the tale?
Other than your boy being smooth, I'll let Crisante answer that because I'm not sure how I got out of it either.
Wait, was it how did he get out of it, or how did he?
How did he live to tell the tale?
Oh, well, we still shit on him for it to this day.
She roasted me for everything though, so I'm used to it at this point.
I do roast him like 90% of the time.
I'm never sure when I can roast and when I can't because it's like she's too good to be true, so I don't want to lose her.
Well, I felt bad because I was like, okay, like we can't see each other, we don't really know each other, so like the first time he called me Stephanie, I kind of like gave a look, but I was like, I'll let it slide. But then he did it again, and I was like, no way in hell he's taking notes for me under someone else's name. I was like, no, you're talking to me. So I was like, it's Crisanti, like, get it straight. And I wasn't like mad, like I didn't think it was like rude or like douchey. Like, I mean, we don't even know who we're talking to, so.
Honest mistake.
Honestly, though, I love that because I feel like people write each other off too quickly and easily nowadays. Like someone makes a mistake and we cancel them. It's like, we're done with you. We're done. You know, and it's like you were joking, like, oh, you're lucky I didn't hang up on you. And I agree. Like, he's lucky you didn't hang up on him. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't give someone a second chance, look what you could miss out on, you know? Like, if you had written off James and been like, wow, he's a jerk. He obviously doesn't, like, care about me because he doesn't remember my name. It's like, you would have missed out on something amazing and beautiful. And I feel like we do that too often. Like, we just write people off stupid little things, and it doesn't represent who they are. Like, James honestly uses, like, Nikki mentioned this another day with him. Like, he uses people's names often. So it makes sense that if someone who uses people's names often would be someone more likely to mess up someone's name, you know?
And I was actually trying to do that on purpose so that I wouldn't forget who I was talking to because you talk to so many different people, and it just happens that your boy blew it one time.
I want to say in the comments, if anyone has any additional questions for Crisanti and James, feel free to throw those out. Or James, Crisanti, do you guys have any like closing thoughts, advice to the audience, or anything whatever you know?
Well, I'm just, first of all, going back to the name thing, I'm big on like 1, benefit of the doubt, and 2, second chances, because like nobody's perfect. Like, I don't know, literally no one's perfect. So if you're like sitting there judging someone and writing them off for like one mistake, that's honestly insane. Like, especially like what's their intention behind it? Like, you know what I mean? Also, it's very nerve-wracking being in this situation. But final thoughts. Like I said again, like I went through this like, oh, I'm bored, like this is fun, whatever. And I just like still can't believe like something like this came out of it. So I am really thankful. Like, thank you guys for like organizing the show. But also like shout out to me and James for like truly like picking each other. Like
Heard that. Heard that.
that.
Heard that.
And he's like literally my best friend. I can be my authentic self. I can be weird. I can be like no makeup, hair in a bun, sweatpants, like gross, greasy hair. And he's
Still
like, you look
cute.
so cute. I'm like, I love that.
Love that.
We
Oh,
all love
love
that.
Closing thoughts first would be like, I guess to everybody else, I mean, don't be scared to get out of your comfort zone. This was not something that I would normally do. Actually, shout out to Elizabeth for DMing me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. So like I said, one of my cousins, Chrisula, she told me about the show and she's like, oh, you should do it. But I was like, I'll follow the show, but I don't think I'm going to actually do it. And then Elizabeth slid my DMs and she's like, oh, would you? And then I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is a sign if they're actually reaching out to me, telling me to do it. But I don't know, because like I said, way out of my comfort zone. And honestly, it's scary to think about that I could have missed out on this if I wouldn't have done it, because I'm pretty certain it's something I would not have met if we didn't do the show. So I don't know, just fortunate for that. And maybe it's just a sign to me, to her, to everyone that, you know, maybe if something is a little bit out of the comfort zone sometimes, like maybe if it just, you know, just jump into it and see, because very fortunate. It's honestly like the best thing that's happened to me. So super thrilled that I did it.
That's such a wonderful way to end it all out.
I love all the tea too. We learned a lot too about you guys and all the cute moments, guys. Thanks for sharing and coming on.
Yeah, no, we super appreciate like you guys and everyone on the show who is vulnerable and open about like who they are, what they struggle with, what they enjoy, and like, you know, that's why we do this. We don't do this for like drama, but we do this because hopefully people can like relate to your stories and like something you say resonates with them. And we've gotten so many messages from people that are Greek and aren't Greek and like just watch your stories play out and say like, I feel that for myself. And honestly, like, we just love it. Like Hacky and I get so excited whenever we get a couple update, whenever we like get in your results and like you both chose each other to go on a date with. So we're just excited to be part of this as hosts, creators, whatever it is, and to see where you guys go. And yeah, so thanks guys. We love you both and we're so happy for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks guys.
We can't wait to go to your wedding. So
don't worry, you're invited.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I believe we've made it through another season of Dating Greek.
Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and following this journey.
Be sure to comment on what you thought of season 2 and tonight's live finale.
And make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Dating Greek.
Applications for season 3 are now live, so check it out and be sure to apply. Link in our bio.
And we've got a special surprise for you guys. Dating Greek stickers. Hit us up if you'd like one.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Good night, guys.
Okay, guys, we are back. We have got one more group of cast members to bring up. This is our final group. We are so excited to introduce you guys. You've seen them before. It's Dimitri, Ari, and Antigone.
And at this point, you guys have already seen the end. And as you know, season 3. So definitely check out our Insta, link in our bio. We'll be updating that shortly. And